From the Democratic Republic of Congo, we shift focus to the Comoros. The volcanic archipelago in the Indian Ocean is the latest African nation to expand ties with Russia. Now, Russia and the Comoros have disclosed their shared interests and have agreed to partner on what the Kremlin calls an important issue. Leaders from Russia and Comoros held talks on the sidelines of the 33rd summit of the League of Arab States, which was held in Bahrain last week. The president of the Comoros, Azali Assoumani, met a Russian special representative for the Middle East and Africa and emphasized priority on coordinating stance at the United Nations, particularly on conflict resolution in Africa. Both countries spoke at length on development of amicable Russian-Comoran ties. Now, with a focus on trade and economy, including fisheries, maritime, transport, agriculture and energy. The two countries also discussed personnel training. Bilateral ties between Russia and the Comoros witnessed a significant uptick after last year's Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg. President Assoumani, the African Union chairman at the time, attended the summit and said several African nations, including Comoros, had plans to host the upcoming Russia-Africa summit. Diplomatic relations between Russia and the Comoros goes back to 1975, when the archipelago gained independence from France. Moscow and Moroni have decided to focus on conflict resolution and modern challenges in Africa. Moscow has maintained that it firmly supports the principle formulated by African countries, and that is African solutions to African problems. Comoros is one of the world's poorest and smallest economies. The islands are hampered by inadequate transportation links. It has a rapidly increasing population and few natural resources. The low level of education among the labor force contributes to a subsistence level of economic activity and heavy dependence on foreign grants and assistance. Though France, India, Tanzania and Turkey remain key trading partners for the Comoros, experts say that Russia's economic engagement could really help the country to maintain stability. In recent years, Russia has been shoring up ties with countries across Africa. At the center of Moscow's rapidly increasing partnership in Africa is the geopolitical face-off between the Kremlin and the White House, which has further intensified after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Russian President Vladimir Putin's strategy has focused on working with African elites and on expansion of defense ties. This not just includes supplying arms to African countries, but also deploying Russian mercenary forces in multiple coup-hit states, including Mali and Burkina Faso. Now, diplomatically, what Russia is scheming out is a sort of barter at the United Nations and other global forums. When Russia says it will back a coordinating stance at the UN on conflict resolution in Africa, it is also getting something in return. Russia is seeking more and more African votes in support of its position at the UN. It is interesting to note that many African countries abstained from voting or even voted against the UNGA resolution to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The West says Russia is undermining democratic stability in Africa. It also says Moscow's actions and strategies are further driving conflicts in the region. In response, Russia says the shift in Africa reflects increasing frustration with the failures of the West. Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alyson Grange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa the heart of the Global South. Join me every weekday live on First Post.